All right, everybody, welcome back. We always talk about diving deep into the most fascinating corners of AI, and today is a big one.
It really is.
We're talking about the brains behind the bots, the learning process, or, well, more specifically, the ethical dilemmas of AI and all the data it learns from.
Yeah. You know those eerily accurate recommendations you get online?
Right, like how does Spotify know I'm suddenly craving 80 synth pop?
Exactly. It's all that data, those mountains of information AI gobbles up. But here's the catch, that it's a lot of this learning material. It's not exactly being shared with consent.
Oh, tell me about it. Imagine pouring your heart into a novel, painstakingly researching, writing, editing, and then boom, some AI is using it to learn without so much as a buy your leave. And creators are starting to push back, right?
Big time. They're calling it the robots.txt rebellion.
Robots.txt. Sounds like something out of Star Wars.
Right. But it's actually a simple little file, a keep out sign website owners can use to block these AI crawlers from copying their content. Yeah, like digital spiders, they crawl all over the internet, scooping up information for AI to learn from.
Wow. So, how widespread is this rebellion?
Oh, it's huge. At one point, over a third of the top news sites, they'd basically blocked one of the biggest AI crawlers out there. They were like, nope, not touching our stuff.
Well, that's got a sting for the AI developers.
Yeah.
But also, good for them, right?
Huh.
I mean, imagine spending years, decades even, building up a news organization, only to have some AI waltz in and, gobble it all up.
It's a huge point of tension right now, this whole question of who controls information in the digital age. I mean, is the internet this vast free library for AI, or is it a collection of individual creations with their own rights and value?
Right, because we're not just talking about robots grabbing Shakespeare here. This is like the news, scientific papers, even code, right?
Absolutely. And that's where the ethical dimension gets really thorny. Because if an AI learns everything it knows from, say, Wall Street Journal articles, how well-rounded is its worldview going to be?
Yeah, I'd be like, great at predicting stock prices, maybe, but clueless about, well, pretty much everything else.
And potentially biased.
Oh, massively. Think about it. If AI is being trained on data that's already skewed in a certain direction, it's only going to amplify those existing biases. It's like an echo chamber on steroids.
Exactly. So now you've got algorithms shaping our understanding of the world based on information that's, well, potentially very flawed.
And this isn't just some abstract tech problem, right? This is impacting all of us, right here, right now. The recommendations we see, the news we read, it's all filtered through these AI-powered systems.
It's like, remember how we used to talk about getting our news from different sources to get a balanced view?
Right. Now AI is basically curating our reality, and most people have no idea what's going on behind the scenes.
It's kind of terrifying when you think about it.
So what do we do? I mean, are there any solutions out there?
Well, some developers, like OpenAI, they're trying to strike deals, get direct access to data from publishers, things like that.
So paying for it, you mean?
Kind of. But these deals are often pretty secretive, which makes a lot of creators nervous, are they getting a fair shake, or are they being taken advantage of?
It's tough because on one hand, you have creators struggling to make a living, and on the other hand, you have these AI companies with deep pockets who need their work to survive.
And it raises all sorts of ethical questions, like if an AI profits from using someone's creative work, shouldn't they be compensated? And how do you even begin to measure the value of that contribution?
Right, because it's not like an AI is just copying a book word for word. It's absorbing the style, the tone, the unique voice of the author.
Exactly. So how do you put a price tag on that? And even if you could, who gets to decide what's fair?
That's a tough one. So what's the answer? What did our research say about where we go from here?
Well, everyone seems to agree we need some rules of the road, right? Clearer regulations, ethical frameworks, something. We can't just keep hurtling towards this AI-powered future without considering the consequences.
Because ethical AI, it shouldn't just be a buzzword, right? It needs to be a core principle baked into every stage of development.
Absolutely. And that's where things get interesting for all of us, not just the coders and the tech giants. Because the future of AI, it's not some preordained thing. It's being shaped right now by the choices we make, the conversations we have.
So I guess the question for everyone listening is this. What role do you want AI to play in your life? And are you willing to speak up and make your voice heard?
Because the future's coming, ready or not.
And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder that. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Until next time.